Alrighty then, good afternoon all you fantastic people. Silver Dragon here, coming at you with some castle story. Like the Grinch dragged out of his hole, kicking and screaming to sing Christmas carols, I am once more, due to the, well, I should say partial harassment of people, and also mostly just because they have actually added a few things of interest, finally, lately, dear lord. To it, that I decided, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take another look at things and see how they've improved. Now, they were trying to add a lot of quality of life stuff for a while now, and they have done so for the most part. But a lot of what I saw in the previous updates was mostly multiplayer focused. You know, there wasn't really a lot of invasion or, well, mostly invasion. That's the thing I played 90% of, but still, the balancing wasn't really geared towards that as much, which is a shame, you know, because when the main difference that I noticed when they transitioned from the previous build to what is now this build was that they increased the health universally for both our guys and the enemies, but they didn't alter the speed of the enemy. Therefore, the enemy was able to get up to the walls before even remotely lessening their numbers, thus swarming over what little people we had. So even though the health of the universe had been increased, there was no other systems in place to properly support that change, to make it more tactical. You know, I couldn't select areas for my guys to specifically, what the hell, station, essentially. I don't think that's in yet either, but still. Let's go ahead and jump in here. What do I want to try? Zuma's a fun one we did before. Troubled Heaps. Invictus? Debatable. Let's give Invictus a try. Alright, we're going to go with normal for now. Invasion, yada yada yada. Okay, and it's been a while since I've done this. But yeah, there was just all the supporting stuff that would make this more tactical just was not added in. The ability to maneuver my guys in a, you know, like pause and be able to maneuver the guys to deal with, you know, issues that pop up where I wouldn't be able to, you know, either just cannot have the time to quickly move a guy out of the way due to delays in commands and stuff like that, or a variety of other reasons. Just led it to be, you know, just didn't function like they were hoping to, at least in my opinion. Other than that, of course, was the fact that we could summon our troops to battle, but we couldn't send them back. We can do that now, which is definitely a huge improvement. They have fixed some of the building derp as well, which is a huge thing as well, so that's going to significantly boost performance for, you know, just getting them to build shit fast. So we'll see how this turns out here. Now, it has been forever and a half since I played this, so I'll have to try and be as quick as possible in the initial setup here, if it wants to load instead of freezing every 2 seconds. But yeah, you know, just initially from what when they first pitched this game, there was, you know, so much I was hoping to see in this, and in the end it just didn't quite, you know, become what I wanted it to be, as it were. Alright, so we have the big kind of entrance up front there. We have one down here, which I'm not as much of a fan of. I could concentrate them all right there, but then they might try climbing up here. Actually, I could guarantee they would try climbing up there. If I build up from here, however, they won't be able to, so that seems like the easiest bet, is to go with a choke point right there. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so let's try to make this quick. Let's get a harvest task here. Okay, let's move this right there. Okay, confirmed. Let's quickly get a build task. Get some stockpiles going. That's good enough for now. Alright, let's get another... Where should I put my quarry? Let's slap down the quarry right here. This will be a relatively wide quarry. And actually, let's see again if I can edit that. Doesn't want to rotate the stairs at all. Another thing with this as well was I wanted to... It looks like I have to actually manually tell them to do this task. Usually if a task is done, they're supposed to move on to another one. This time they're choosing not to assign themselves to a new task, which is actually really annoying. Now part of this... Oh, I see why as well. The reason is because they need materials specific to this. So in order to do that, I need to get a chopping block here. I forgot about the chopping block completely. So that's my fault. The reason why they weren't doing this job was my fault. I completely forgot to tell them to actually... Oh, and they just knocked a whole bunch of crap over here. Alright. Now we do have one guy finally producing some planks here. Let's go ahead and produce another one of these then. Alright, let's get... We got the regular workbench, we got the forge, we got the furnace, we got all that junk. Alright, let's get a furnace set down here. Let's get the workbench. Let's see if I can actually rotate this. It would help. Alright, I'm going to need some weapons racks here near the front lines. Actually, hold up. Let's cancel those if I can. Okay, we'll put them right here. Lined up nicely. Okay. Good. Alright, let's actually increase the priority on this then, because right now they're not doing anything for that. Which is a shame, because I need to get some stuff going. Possibly because I actually had to order them specifically to do this, and now they don't really have as much, there we go, time to do it. Oh, we don't have the time to mess around with that, do we? Alright, so I'll get this quickly blocked off, I'll get this one blocked off. Just right there quickly, and that'll be hopefully our quick and easy way to get that done. Alright, also we do need, and I need to clear my hand here for a second. You can see it's been a while since I've played this. Alright, let's go ahead and increase the size of that. So we should only be harvesting grass if I did that properly. Alright, you go harvest some grass because we need to get this going. Let's go ahead and get 2 archer's kits made. Alright, let's lower the priority to that down to nothing. Alright, perfect. Let's create a separate build task here. Whoops. It's like, of course it did. Come on, cancel, please. Annoying. Ever so slightly annoying. Alright, it'll have to do. So now they can actually build up to 3 blocks high, which is nice. Alright, we also want this bit blocked off here, same way. Alright, okay that. Yes, kitty, can I help you? Hmm? You little meowing rascal. Okay, let's clear these people out of here. I should just delete the task completely, because right now they're spending way too much time doing that. When they shouldn't be. I mean, we got other things to do, darn it. Alright, let's get you two. And start building here, please, because I need to get that kind of cordoned off. I cannot find what I need. How can you not find what you need? It's right there. So they definitely seem to be reacting fairly quickly now. And since they walk through each other rather than passing things to each other constantly now, that should make things a little bit quicker in that regard. We'll have to see how things go. Alright. Hold up. I want you to operate that, please. If you would be so kind, sir. Oh yes, because we need the loom, don't we? Yes, we need the loom. That's why it's being a pain in my ass. Okay. Because we need the loom in order to make the rope that we then use to build the bowstrings and such. Okay. This should prove to be alright right now. Alright, let's get... Excellent. I do like the animations for this, though. Definitely looks good, to say the least. Okay. Except only rope on that one. Except only cloth. So yes, it requires one plank, one rope at the moment. Okay, once he's done that, I'll have him move on to the next one. Good man. Alright. Things are progressing well there. They're slowly getting that built up. We should have enough time for that. I'll let him keep doing that, because we do need... Let's actually make... Oh, I have to wait. So we can actually make the lantern ward from that now, which is nice. Okay. I'm guessing you now need fabric as well. That's my immediate assumption. You can put that away now. I even got a stockpile set up right for that. Good man. So he brings 20 to stock it up, but he only needs 10 per cloth / rope. So it's nice that they're actually stockpiling more in the location than they need. Although I do wish they could get more than one thing, but still. You know, that's a minor issue. Alright, help build, please. Thank you. Now you go ahead and get to work on that. It's not what I wanted you to work on, but okay. Oh. You gonna load 6 of them on your back, or what? I don't know, he went to go make the... You know what, that actually would be a nice thing as well. If I tell him to work this and he doesn't have the materials for it, he should go around and, you know, do what he has to do to make the materials he needs and then make it. I mean, that would be a nice little bit of automation. Hello there, little snowball. What are you doing? You little brat. You're looking for attention? I figured you would be. Alright, how's the wall going? We're almost done one wall. Alright, that's enough of that for now. Hold up. Go help him mine, please. Thank you. And we now have, at long last, one set. Okay, let's go ahead and get another one queued up. Meow. Oh, you little brat. You're adorable. Alright, so we have melee, we have range down here, which doesn't appear to do anything that I can see right now. And of course, the screen is a lot larger than it should be for me. Let me... one second, let me go into options here quickly and full screen this properly. That's not what I'm looking for. There we go. Now I actually see the damn screen properly as well. Select all of these Brictrons to give them orders, but I don't want to select all of them. I mean, that's nice, I suppose, but again, in a mode like this, I want to be able to position, you know, set down positions for my guys to occupy. Alright, let's harvest this. Or actually, you know what I should be doing, or should have been doing, is harvesting the stuff that's way out here before building up all of my stuff. Alright, let's get this one harvested right here. Alright. We'll go out there after the first wave, I think. This as well will have to be harvested. Excellent. I'll let them finish building the basic walls, and then we'll have them all go out to do that. We have the enemy types here, and so on and so forth. I definitely like how the UI has changed, and the fog of war is nice, to say the least. So they have made improvements. They have definitely made improvements. They haven't quite got the entire like list of things that I would have liked to see, but still, they have, you know, definitely improved things. I wonder, though, if the enemies are focusing the crystal versus the units. Because one of the issues we had before was that they were so busy focusing on our units that they just did not target the crystal. Like, they would climb a mile away to get to our units, than to try and destroy the whole thing they're supposed to be here for. Alright, and part of the issue with building castles as well in that regard was that, I'm going to let them finish this here, was that the moment they got to your walls, they were destroying them so quickly that it made it almost pointless. Here we have another issue that doesn't appear to have been resolved. We currently have 3 Brictrons going to the same build icon for no reason, thereby wasting all of that time to go all the way back now to store all the stuff away. That's another kind of optimization issue that they've had for a very long time, where the Brictrons don't really communicate with each other, you know, at all. They just kind of all do the same thing in that regard. Let's get you over there too. There we go. Get all 5 of you out there. So yeah, they all kind of just do the same damn thing. So if I have a big group of them hooked up to the same task, they'll all try and haul the same component over. Like if I tell them to build a light, we'll have them all hauling light resources over to it, then running all the way back, which is just, it's such a huge waste of time. You know, it's just one of those things I wish they had fixed, and it unfortunately appears that they still have not. But, you know, it is what it is in that regard, I suppose. I mean, I can wish all the changes in the world, but it's up to them whether they want to implement it, you know. It ain't my game, it's their game, so hey. I mean, I could have a wish list a mile long, that doesn't mean it's going to happen. I have no idea the technical difficulties or anything along those lines for actually seeing it through. Let's go on here as well. I'm gonna build a bridge across here if I can remember my proper rotate button. Confirmed. Alright. So that'll get us up here and we can make use of this area. But again, if they start to target them here, they're just going to climb up through here and it's going to be pointless. Now I could build some stuff up here that would allow us to shoot down. But again, it's all going to be dependent on what they will do. So we got another minute before the first wave arrives here. Our preparations are pretty decent for the most part. I actually have them set to build this as well, and no one's actually gotten around to that yet, which is a little annoying. I'm going to have you build that. Maybe then you'll actually get the furnace going, because we do need to get that furnace going. Like now. Yeah, it looks like he's going to focus on getting the bridge built. And that's another thing as well. They tend to focus on the newest thing that has been asked for them to build, not the oldest, which is a significant issue, as it were. Because then, you know, old walls, you've told them, hey, I want you to construct this first. I mean, you may designate new things for them to do. That doesn't mean you want them to do it right freaking now. I mean, hell, if I wanted them to do it right now, I would designate a brand new job. I would build up a quick little thing and then tell them, hey, this is max priority, get it done. You know? So it just bothers me a little that how much of a, you know, there's just minor things like that that have really kind of turned me off the game. Possibly, maybe I just had too much, you know, what the hell. Let's arm up. Maybe I was just expecting, you know, way too much from the game than, you know, what they were capable of in that sense. Or potentially what the engine was capable of. Maybe my expectations were just too high. Oh. They're going over to my other wall. And they're punching their way through. So the wall trick no longer works. Interesting. That's gonna have to alter up my plans here a bit then. So now I actually legitimately do have to build castles. At least it's taking them some time. That's the one improvement I see here immediately. It is legitimately taking them time to destroy this wall. Thus, this makes actual castles have a point. So I could build a legitimate castle and wouldn't be, you know, it wouldn't just be decimated within seconds. Although it looks like there's still a blind shooting issue here. As we can see, our guys are unable, almost completely unable to shoot them right now, which is a problem. Yeah, none of them can aim at the target. Ow. It's like anytime I want to return fire, boys. There we go. Kite him around. Move over. And I wonder... Nope, I still cannot give orders while paused. So that definitely eliminates that bit of tactical aspect to it, potentially. So yeah. Alright. Let's go put the weapons away, since I was manually doing this. Okay. Alright, let's get this forge going here, producing iron ingots. If you don't mind, I would appreciate that. Thank you. So, we now know that we have to build legitimate castle walls here to defend against these guys. The question is, how do I wish to go about doing this? Is that one gonna work there now? It's not. It's really not. Okay. This definitely throws things off a little bit here. I suppose I could go with a layered approach. Whoops. Alright, so we're gonna layer this wall right here. So let's get a door in there. Alright. Structure hub, door. So now I know that completely changes up strategies then for how I would use to deal with them. So now I legitimately have to actually put up a proper defense here against them. Okay, let's confirm that. It's alright, boys. Get over here and help with this now, because your tasks have been, well, jobs entirely have now been changed up. Okay, let's spawn in a new one here. Alright. That one's kind of fine over there as is right now, so I don't need to screw around with that too much. This, however, will need to be changed. Alright. Likewise, we're going to build 2 doors in here. So I'm going to have multiple kind of locations like this to block them now, rather than what I just had before. Okay, let's get 2 of you on building that, please. 2 of them are building the front one, 2 of them are building the side one. This is still heavily not defended, so I'm going to have to deal with that. Let me build a third task here. Get a bridge going. So now I actually legitimately have to defend all 3 of these locations. I can't just ignore or build up one of them and have them only attack that. They will now attack from all angles. So this makes it so that I again have to now maneuver my troops depending on where the enemy is going to show up. So that definitely makes things much more intriguing than they have been. All right. Can we get this going here? I mean, we have the iron, so what are we missing? Oh, we need brimstone. That's the problem. I understand. Here, let's harvest this bunch quickly. It's like, okay, I see what the problem is now. I see what the problem is. I'm just a damned unprepared fool. Nothing to see here. If you don't mind, I would like you to finish this, please. Thank you. You're the best. Alright, we now have brimstone. We can finally begin. Where are you taking that exactly? Oh, I know exactly. Sorry, I know where you're taking that. I'm my bad. I interrupted for no reason. Sorry. All right, things are looking good here. Obviously, we have very little time now. Had I known that the system had changed along those lines, I would have adjusted for that in the beginning. Unfortunately, now I'm kind of boned, as it were. Okay, so we'll have a fairly quick deployment time here, so I can line them up here, and they'll just unload onto whatever happens to go for the door. But again, if they choose to prioritize their own guys, they're going to just dig up this way, and this is pointless. So we'll have to see how they prioritize things now. If you don't mind. Kind of need to get some of that going here. I mean, we have the iron. We definitely have the iron. We have everything here. They just need to actually get their shit together and make use of it here. Okay then, go drop this, please. I'm gonna have to manually maybe tell them to get their shit together here. So let me manually tell him to pick up this iron, drop it there, manually pick up this brimstone, and then deposit it. I mean, as much of a pain in the ass as it is to do that, that seems to be what I have to do to get them to function right now for that. So that could be a bug with the most recent patch or something. Either way, it's very annoying, but, you know, it is what it is in that regard. Why are you still making that? There are many other things you could be doing right now. Let's get you helping this guy out. We also only have one on that one as well. Go help him out. Dear Lord. Okay, you aren't doing much of anything. You're just chopping logs right now. Okay. Oh no, they're fine there. Help him build that up. Okay, now we don't know where the enemy is going to come from here, so we'll have to be prepared. Again, we still only have 3 of our archers right now. They still haven't gotten around to finishing this. Alright. So we have 3 of them this time. Alright. Let's get armed. Let's get you centralized. Drop that for me, please. Go get armed. So far, I don't know where they're coming from, which is a slight problem. Go drop that, please. Oh, here he comes. So they should just hop right over that. Let me get you over here. What the hell are they doing? Uh-oh. They might be doing what I was afraid they'd be doing. Okay, get over here, please. Oh, now they're going over to the right here. And I can't control it. My cameras are getting all, or camera's getting all effed up here. Go away, Acorn. And you're gonna have to move over here. Oh, yeah, I figured as much. So they are prioritizing the Bricktrons versus the Crystal. So they have begun digging up here now, and they're probably going to continue to do so. And because my guys are unable to aim down, that makes life very difficult for us. But at least they seem to, instead of getting stuck in a loop of trying to dig up here, they appear to have given up and have instead decided, you know what, we're just going to go right for the, over here rather than continue to try digging here. So they can at least change their minds rather than getting stuck in a routine of... Okay. Well, reverse call to arms doesn't seem to do anything right now. Maybe I have to call to arm and then reverse in order for it to function. Perhaps. Alright. So they won't be able to attack that one. If I can get a stairway up to the top here and start chopping this down, that might help in that regard as well. I mean, we have 3 different walls we have to protect now, which is going to be a pain in the ass. I mean, again, I would have changed the design around this completely, but it still doesn't solve the problem of our guys only being able to aim down. I could potentially make turrets then to force them off, so I could have made something square-ish, then had, different sets of turrets that I could have put guys on the side of to deal with that issue. And I mean, there's just a variety of different things I'd have to think about now for that, to say the least. I don't know if I will continue this one. I kind of want to try a different map out now that things have changed like this. I kind of wish I could do Big Island. That would be nice. I wonder if I can do Big Island. I should check that out. You know what? Yeah, let's actually save this here for now. Let's just do a new save. Let's go Derp Wars. Now saving Derp Wars. Alright. Quit to main menu. Let's take a look here. Invasion. So by default, we don't have Big Island for invasion. We do have it for Sandbox more than likely, but not for invasion. In that case, how about Zuma? Was it Zuma? Yeah, because I modified Zuma, did I not? Let's take a look at Zuma here quickly. Yeah, I modified a version of Zuma here to put the crystal a bit more to the back. Because now with this changed up now, it would definitely be... I think this one has 2 points of entry. One on the right, one on the left. So that would definitely concentrate things more for me, so I wouldn't have to focus on like 3 different positions. And this is also a really easy one to edit, so yeah. Although I do hope, I'm not sure if they fixed it so the enemy Bricktrons, when they get destroyed, basically when they are killed and they explode into little bricks, that forming into the terrain and causing issues. Yeah, this one definitely, this one has the 2 entrances. We have the one on the left here, and of course we have the one on the right. Now last time I had a large bridge here. We had definitely modified the hell out of this one. I like it tells you some things like you need stockpiles to continue harvesting more resources, among other things. So it gives you those warnings. So maybe we'll actually give this one more of a shot then, because I have modified this before and it works really well for that. So we'll probably still use the slowing wall, although slightly modified version of that, and see if it works. It'd be a question if it would work in that case, though, because they might just decide to destroy it. Either way, though, it's worth looking into. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do a vote. Yeah, I think I'll actually do a vote here as to which map we should do. Let's leave here again quickly and look at a different one. So that's a nice one. It would have us give us 2 location. Did I click Invasion or something else? No, I did click Invasion. We've already looked at Invictus. Rivarians, I'm not even going to bother with that one. That's not, you know, all that interesting. This one. So I'll probably do it between like 3 of them. So some things have definitely improved. I can definitely say that much. I still wish there was a few more features that I'd like to see, but I mean, hell, if I had the skill, I'd mod it in myself. Unfortunately, I have 0 skill when it comes to programming in that regard, so yeah. Unfortunately, that's not happening. And especially now with the changes being what they are, it's no longer the same static defense on one location. You definitely have to keep a more fluid defense running now, potentially. I can imagine them at some point invading from multiple sides. Well, rather than just spawning on one side, they might spawn on 2 sides or 3 sides. Anytime this wants to load, that would be appreciated. Yeah, this is definitely one where you're building a large central castle here, because they're just going to be swarming down basically from all angles. So I'd have to create kind of almost a V or funnel-shaped one here to allow us the ability to shoot them, and then maybe have a reverse V for slowing walls there. This one especially, though, would be a significant issue. We would have to maybe put a quarry here to cut this terrain down to level, and then see about that. But there's just a lot of... This one's probably the higher difficulty one, just because there's a lot of different ways the enemy could come. You could still use the trees as barriers, but then you're going to have to harvest further locations as well. So, yeah. Not a bad one, but at the same time, probably the most difficult. Alright, let's look at one more before calling things for today. Exile, I think, was a favorite of mine. Let's take a look at Exile. Now loading, please wait. Entering the world. Downloading a brain cell. Oh wait, all out. Oh! Alright. Loading, 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 load on. Quite. Cough. Anytime now. There we go. And now we wait on 100 for a while. Blargle. I am ready. Begin the death march. Yeah, Exile was one of my favorites here as well. Now we'll have 3 points of defense, but again, they're going to be able to assault us very easily from there, so that's going to make things interesting. Because we can't shoot down from here, from there. So this one just became excessively difficult because of that. I honestly don't know how I would defend this now, because of their desire to attack all locations. Like, I used to just be able to throw a bunch of slowing walls up front here, have a massive wall, and then just have them all shoot down at them. That won't work anymore because of their need to go up. But at the very least, because of how heavily defensible the things now are, I'm torn as to how I would do that. I mean, walls now matter. That's basically what it breaks down to. Before, the main reason why the slowing wall strategy was used was because they would tear through your walls, your main, like, walls, like they were freaking made of paper mache, you know, rather than stone. Especially the big guys, they would literally rip through the thing in 2 hits, and suddenly your entire section of wall is collapsed. So that was just a massive problem in that regard. Now that the walls actually mean something, the only difficulty then comes with making it so that our archers can actually shoot something. At which point I would basically have to... I can't really pause. Let me build something here. So I'd have to make sure I design my wall. These are actually rather nice little pieces here too. With something like this every... probably leave a spacing of 2, I would say. So something like this. That would hopefully allow them to shoot down at least this way and kind of cover each other. Even though they wouldn't be able to shoot straight down themselves, hopefully this way they'd be able to at least crisscross. That's my hope. Don't know how much that's going to pan out, but that's the kind of thing I'm looking at here. So we will legitimately be building castles. Which is shocking finally from a game called Castle Story, where we actually now have a reason to build castles, as it were. Alright. It's like, oh my lord. And actually, we do have, and let me see if I think it might be, is it Reverians? It might be this one. Might be. Let's take a look at it. I think this is the one that already has a pre-built castle ready to go. So we could potentially take this over and build it up just as a test, I would say. Perhaps we'll do that next time. Just to test some of our castle theories. We might see about fortifying this thing here. Come on, anytime now, anytime. Not getting any younger. Well, time for a nap. Go make a sound. Oh, actually, shit. I gotta go check on my lovely roast beef, which I forgot about. Currently in the oven. Oh, crap. Reverians? No, this is not the one I'm thinking of. It has this lovely castle in the center here. Actually, that would be a nice place to put the crystal, but then again, it would be a little too easy considering. I could just destroy those bridges and that would be the end of that. I would have loved to see it up here. It would be a really nice location for a castle, so... There's just a lot of locations like this right now, which would be really nice for that in that regard, just because I can then make a castle out of it. It makes me wish I could move the crystal. If I could actually move the crystal, we could put it somewhere like up here, but then again, that would cause them to just dig straight up, so... There's always a million things like that that would have to be considered. You know, you can't make it so that you can just, you know, cheat your way through in that sense. Which, I know one of these has a pre-built castle. Did we do that one? Huh. I'm not sure. Screw it, I guess we're looking at all of them today. I didn't think we'd be jumping back and forth to each and every bloody map here. But apparently we're now loading at every map today. And then we'll take a look at Osiris, just to get a good idea, for a good feel for all the maps. So, you know, but yeah, the slowing wall was pretty much the only real strategy that I knew of that would work for that. I mean, you could try channeling them, so you could build up like a 2-high wall that would then channel them through an area, or even a 1-high wall and just have it so they would just go straight through a path back and forth. But again, that suffered from the same issue of they were too fast and had too much health. So the slowing wall was the only legitimate strategy I could think of that would actually function. Especially considering things like the alchemists. Although they had a lovely AoE attack, it didn't really do that much damage, and it just ended up destroying our own structures. Oh, this would be a fairly easy-ish one in that regard, because we have a couple locations here to fortify. Only the 2 lanes again, just like the other one. So that seems like a relatively easy one. And let's look at one final one here. Orossi Valley. Orossi. Something along those lines. Something along them lines. Now loading. Please wait. So now I got to choose between 3 of these for the vote. And then we'll go with that. Start trying to build legitimate castles. Maybe I could try for the, That would be kind of difficult to do, though. I might be able to manage it, though. Oh, interesting. Oh, this one would be really easy to defend here, because we have 2 locations. This would actually be a really nice location for building up a proper-looking castle in that regard. We'd have different fallback locations and such. I like this one a lot, personally. Alright, so I think this is going to be... This definitely is going to be one of the ones for our vote. They have access up here. They do not have access up here, too. Ooh. Excellent. I could build a lovely guard tower location up here to help pepper enemies going around these different locations. That would actually be really nice. So this is definitely my favorite, personally, looking at it now. So, alright, so let's go back to the main menu here then. Now that we've taken a gander at all these. So the vote is going to be between, if I can hit the play button here, Rossi Valley, Zuma, and where do I want to put the last one? Did we take a look at Exile? I don't know if we took a look at Exile. Let's take a look at that quickly. So, the Valley, Zuma, and potentially maybe this one. Taking way too long loading in all these different maps. Spending more time loading maps than I am playing the game. Apologies. Ay, caramba. Alright then. But yeah, no, overall it has improved quite a bit. I mean, as long as they keep adding stuff like this, I'm definitely looking forward to see where things go, but I mean, the game has completely released now, so we'll have to see whether they have that intention or not. I suppose as long as it keeps selling at least some copies, I imagine that things will continue to progress, I should say. Ah, yes, we did look at this one, Exile. Would definitely take a lot of tweaking. But why not? So we'll go with that then. So we're gonna go Exile, Zuma, and there goes my brain. And Rossi as the 3 choices. So I'll put a link in the description, so feel free to check that out and vote as you wish. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching me derp around like a madman. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Have a great one, and I will see you all another time. Dragon out.